I have been freelancing for over 2 years, and trust me, in freelancing or a digital business, your laptop is your biggest weapon. So, after a lot of hit and trial, I have learned how to select the best laptop as per your budget. So in this video, I will give you some recommendations and will also share some key points that you should check while making your choice to make sure that you have the best machine in your budget. Coming to my best recommendations, so guys, I have researched for several weeks to find out the most cost-effective yet high-performance laptops. So here are my picks. So guys, my first pick is Acer Swift Go 14 OLED laptop. It comes with i5 13th generation, which is quite good. We can say it's the latest generation, and it has 14-inch of screen size if you look at it. But the best part that I like about it is the screen. It has 90 Hz of refresh rate, which will give you a very smooth experience. And just look at the weight. It has only 1.25 kgs, which is very good for portability. The power supply is quite good. It has 100 watts adapter that will support quick charging, and it is made for processing and multitasking, so a very good option for freelancers and video editors. We are also getting a 512 GB of SSD capacity and 16 GB of LPDDR5 RAM, which is pretty good. Now you're not getting a dedicated graphics card, but you get Intel Iris graphics that is integrated. So I was checking the reviews, and the reviews are quite good. Battery has been rated a little low, but you can look at the reviews and experiences of people, and it's definitely a good price. You're getting it at a price of 60,000. I will leave the link to this below. So the second pick in my list is this laptop, MSI Modern 14 laptop. It comes with 12th generation i7 processor, so this is pretty powerful. The only drawback is that it comes with 60 Hz screen refresh rate, which is okay for most freelancers, but if you are into graphics or creative works, then it might feel a little bit slow, so it will not give you a smooth experience. The price is around 50k, and you can see they have another variant at the same price. Coming to the memory, it's coming with a 16 GB DDR4 RAM, which is what I'm using right now, and I have used MSI for quite some time. It was not disappointing. So this laptop will help with performance as well as multimedia and multitasking. Coming to the reviews are not that bad. It's rated average, although I noticed some critical comments like this, where they complained about poor battery and build quality. I also noticed that the battery is giving around 14 hours of work time, and the speed is quite good. So performance is definitely the highlight of this model. The third pick in my list is Lenovo IdeaPad Flex 5, which comes with i5 12th generation processor. It comes with 16 GB of RAM and 512 GB of SSD. The price is slightly higher, it's around 64k, but this is a good option for designers and every creative freelancer. You get a touch screen interface along with a pen. Coming to the processor, it's pretty good. i5 12th generation is not bad at all. You are again not getting dedicated graphics, but integrated graphics. The resolution is also nice. The manufacturer says that the battery life will last for 7 hours. So at least we can expect 6 hours of work time. Coming to the reviews, I noticed that the reviews are on average pretty good. You can see 4 to 5 stars. I could see one review complaining about charger issue, and it got overheated in few minutes. And again, there are some complaints about battery life, that the laptop gets discharged quickly. But overall, the laptop is quite decent, and it was launched back in 2021. Some of the highlights of the model is that you get a backlit keyboard, smooth keys, and the speakers are pretty good as well. Another interesting option that I found was the HP Laptop 15S, which comes with a 12th generation i5 processor. It also comes with 16 GB of RAM and 512 GB of SSD. The webcam is 720p, which is okay for conference calls. And you also get a backlit keyboard, which will help in dark conditions. The weight of the laptop is only 1.69 kg, which is, I think, quite impressive, as it helps a lot with portability. You can explore more variants of the same model. So this laptop might be a perfect fit for freelancers because it does well with performance. You also get decent RAM and storage capacity, and it also claims to have 7 hours of battery backup. Coming to the reviews, it has 4.1 star rating. People have given it decent reviews, and we are talking about HP, so definitely you will get the premium looks. The keyboard quality is praised. However, some of the cons I noticed in a review is that there is no option to expand the storage, so you can't expand the SSD storage, and you can't extend the screen to 2 monitors. So overall, the laptop appears good, has a premium look, and it's quite sleek. So question is, what to look for while buying a laptop? So firstly, you have to check the task that you want to do with your laptop. For example, when I started my journey as a content writer, I did not need a powerful laptop. So for basic tasks, you can go ahead with 8GB RAM and anything above Intel i3 processor or Ryzen 3 or 5 processor. Now let's say you want to do some heavy task. For example, when I started making websites, I realized that my old laptop was not powerful enough and I needed to upgrade. The interface would lag a lot and it was a mess. So if you're into website designing or graphic designing or let's say video editing, you need at least 16GB of RAM and at least Intel i5 processor or Ryzen 5 processor. Now finally, coming to very heavy task, if you're into editing 4K videos or maybe you're into game development or you are using Photoshop to edit very high-end graphics, in that case, you need a very high-end system. That means you need at least 16GB of RAM and better go ahead with Intel i7 processor or maybe Ryzen 7 processor. And make sure that you have at least 4GB of dedicated graphics card, because trust me, you will need it. So here is my buying guide where I will cover some key points you should look into before investing in a laptop. The first thing that comes is RAM. Now RAM is very crucial for multitasking and overall speed. You can choose 8GB RAM for basic tasks and multitasking. But I will recommend at least 16GB of RAM for freelancers who are into creative tasks or maybe who are running multiple applications simultaneously. So this is what I personally use and it should be enough for most of you guys. You can also go ahead with 32GB RAM because you will need it in things like 3D modeling or game development, but you will need it much later in your career. Next comes number 2, the storage type and capacity. There will be 2 options. One is SSD, solid state drive, or another one HDD, that is hard disk drive. Now SSD offers fast boost time, that means your laptop will power up quickly, and it also gives you faster load times, which helps a lot with improving productivity. A minimum of 256GB SSD is what you can get in the market, but I will suggest you to buy at least 512GB of SSD storage. Because if you're dealing with multiple projects, then trust me, that's the minimum you will need, unless you want to carry a pen drive all around. Now, you can also go ahead with laptops that have hard disk drive as a storage. They might even be cheaper and offer more storage, but there is a catch. It will be slower. So yes, if your budget is limited, then laptops with hard disk can be an option. Next, coming to number 3, the processor, which can be considered as the soul of your laptop. If you are taking Intel, there will be 3 options, i3, i5 and i7. And if you are using Ryzen, then your options will be Ryzen 3, 5 or 7. You can select one based on your workload and type of tasks that you will do. But remember, if you go with Intel processors, then take at least 11th or 12th generation processors. So many of us are not aware, but latest generation processors are much more powerful than previous generations. For example, I have i7 10th generation processor, but if I compare it with the i5 12th generation laptop, that will be much more powerful than i7. Why? Because the more latest version wins the game. So matter of the fact is, higher generation CPUs provide more efficiency and faster performance. But again, laptops with latest generation processors will be more expensive. Coming to number 4, your screen size and quality. So you will have mainly 2 options, 14-inch screen size and 15.6-inch screen size. Now this is great for portability. Personally, I have used 14-inch screen size. It's a plus point for portability, but the screen size might seem small in some cases. But either of the 2 options can work for freelancers. Now, if you want a more versatile setup, then you can get an external monitor like I did, where you can convert your laptop and use it as a desktop. So you can enjoy both portability and when you need, you can use the laptop on a 32-inch screen. But there are a few things you need to take care of. For example, resolution. You should strike for at least 1920 into 1080 resolution, that is the full HD resolution, which will give you clarity, especially in creative works or design related works. Anything above this will be quite more expensive. Another thing to note is that you should opt for anti-glare screen laptops. This is important for those who work outdoors or maybe in bright environments. The next thing to keep in mind is battery life. Freelancers often work on the go, so battery life becomes crucial. Look for laptops which offer at least 6 hours of battery life. This will help you avoid interrupted sessions of work. Now, this might be a problem if you go for a gaming laptop where performance is a priority. For example, I have a gaming laptop and battery is not its strongest suit. The last key point to look for is keyboard quality. So freelancers have to type a lot. So a comfortable and durable keyboard is essential. You should consider features like backlit, which helps you work in the dark, and look for better button designs. If you made it till the end, then I will inform you that if you're starting with freelancing, then having a laptop might not be necessary at the start. This is because you can offer a lot of services using your smartphone. So watch this video where I show you how to use your smartphone to provide 4 profitable services.